Hey Tube, JD1533 here. I've got a little busy work project for today that I wasn't going to film, but I figured why not? Maybe someone will find it interesting. Anyway, I've got these kind of antique style old oilers that I got at a swap meet, like real cheap. And I want to use them, but there's sludge in the bottom from whatever residual oil sat in there. So I thought, give them a good clean up before using them. And like I said, I don't know what kind of oil these things had in them. This one's labeled acetone. So someone used this for acetone at one time or another, but there is an oil sludge in here. So there was oil in here the last time. For a parts cleaner, I'm kind of using it's a metal paint tray. That way we don't get any spillage. Well, there's a lot of ways people clean things. A lot of things people use as solvents. Some people like to use gasoline. I don't really like messing with that as a cleaner too much. I like using diesel fuel or home heating oil. That seems to be a pretty good cleaner to dissolve things. And it's really good if you can actually get a brush on it and wipe it. But we're not going to get this little brush into all these oilers. So some people might use a lacquer thinner or something like that. So what I decided to use or try out, I think it's going to work fine. Right here, mineral spirits. And the idea is going to be put some mineral spirits in each one, take the tops off. I don't have to fill them up all the way, just a little bit in there, a little level, enough to really soak the bottom. Put the tops back on, give them a shake, let those sit, let those soak. I've got my little laundry cup. I'll use that to transfer mineral spirits into each one carefully. So if I don't spill anything on the outside, once it has the mineral spirits in it, and it's been sitting a while, we'll be able to see if there's any leaks on the bottom seam of any of these. And if all goes well after that, can actually use this, fill it back up, take our little brush, get some mineral spirits and kind of wipe off the outside gunk. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. You couldn't see the can, I realized, after I filmed that. So here's the mineral spirits. It's kind of out of view. So that's what we're going to be using. And so we've got the tops off of some of these. Some of them are kind of gnarly. I'm just going to point this one out, this little tiny one, which I don't know what we're going to use it for. It's pretty clean in there. Look at that. I don't know we have to do anything to this on the inside. So I'm going to hold off on this one. This one that says acetone. That's not acetone. Some kind of oil sludge, and it smells like oil. Let me get this one. And look at that. That's not too bad inside. I put something in there before to soak it, and I forgot what I did. You know, as I smell it, it just smells like some, well, I don't know what I put in there. I put something in there. That's oil, some kind of light oil. All right, that's going to drip, so let's put that over here. I don't want to get any in there right now. Let's look at this one. Same thing, I put some kind of motor oil in there to loosen it up a little while ago, and it seems to have did the trick for starting it off. So I think we're going to have good success today. This one I don't know about, this little guy. You know, the guy I bought these off of, I might have mentioned it before. I got them all for like $5. You know, this one alone was, it says $5 on the bottom, which is not terrible. He said, well, they're great for your collection. And I said, brother, I'm not going to collect these. I'm going to clean them up, put oil in them, and use them. So he said, that's even cooler. Now, the museum I work at sometimes that has the old steam tractor, you see a lot of these on the shelves, these old oilers, with oil in them, and guys use them. That's more on the stationary engine side. We don't really use them. But I look at them and I say, you know what, I got to get some of those. So I did. I'm pretty happy with it. I'll probably pick up a few more. And that's it. They just work good. I like the old time stuff. You know, the old... This one was marked $10. I don't know if you can see that. But you gotta love it. I do anyway. Alright, so I got the mineral spirits in there. I carefully dumped some in. And this one marked acetone. This one I dumped out some of the motor oil that I had in there. A little bit to soak it. And also put some spirits in this one. And this little one right here. Little baby bear. I went ahead, even though it's super clean inside, I put some mineral spirits in there. Why not? So now all that's left to do is throw the tops on. And I'm gonna let those sit. One thing that's really neat about this one that I think, get a close up of that. I don't know if you can see that. It says made in USA. Company's Eagle. Pretty neat, I think. Put this one on here. Here's some motor oil leaking out. Let's just clean this up a little bit. That guy sit over here. Put this top on this one. It's a nice little clean one. Put that on there. Like that. I'm going to leave them sit like that for a while. And then I'm going to come back, give it a little shake. But for now, I want to leave them sit with this. I got to work for the camera here. The mineral spirits on the bottom. Soaking. Make this dry because I want to see if any of these seams leak. They're kind of pinched on there, these seams. I don't know if they're soldered or not, but I'd like to know if they leak or not. So, pretty sure that'll reveal it, leaving it soak in the mineral spirits for a while. And I'll wipe it up a little more in a couple minutes. That's it for now. Alright tubes, it's going to be a little while soaking the inside of this, these oil cans, so I thought we could get started on the outside. I've got a little bit of mineral spirits in our little laundry cup, little brush, and I'm going to start cleaning the outside of these. I'll probably start with the two easiest ones first. They're pretty clean. Then we'll move on to the more gunky ones. I think we're going to do a little time lapse for this. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with the results. Cleaned out the outside, cleaned out the inside. I ended up coming back and using some acetone to get the oiliness off and to help break up some gunk on the inside. Probably different motor oils are going to go in here. I decided to use some acetone to clean it up for another reason. I didn't like the word acetone on there, so I took it off with acetone. And there was some overspray on that. Now, this looks to be brass, but it's not. So the acetone revealed that this is some kind of a brass paint. It's not at all, and that removes some of it, and I'm not worried about that. I mean, we could clean this up with lacquer cleaner and repaint it, make it look like new. We could put a lot of parts on a buffing wheel and polish them up real good. A lot of things came up real nice, but there's still a patina. This is actually a thin copper plate. So we could buff it a little bit, but we'll probably take some of that off. It looks really good. I'm not worried about it. This one, Most of the original finish is worn off. It's got some dents, some nice patina. This is really nice the way it is. I wouldn't bother with it. And this little guy here, as it turns out, that coppery look is also a paint coated. I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of flaked off a little bit there. I'm not worried about it because I'm going to use these. We're not going to make museum restorations out of these. These are to use. I wanted the inside cleaned out really good. The outside degunked a little bit. I think it's a big success. So next step is going to be to throw some oil in them and use them. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and we'll see you later.